chapters, we are discussing about basic nature of amines. One part we have discussed how the basic nature in case of amines, that point is said to be due to inductive effect or due to positive inductive effect. That indicates, positive inductive effect indicates where the donor atoms or electron donating groups are present around the nitrogen atoms. You can say that the basic character or basicity of amines is more. Basicity is more. Already we have discussed this point. Come to know, the main basic character depends upon amines. Main basic character depends on the ease of formation. Main basic nature that depends on ease of formation of ammonium cation. By accepting proton. That I will represent just by one example, that is R. N, and this is H and H, lone pair of electrons, and this is a proton. This proton accepts a pair of electrons, definitely it forms ammonium ion, cation. This is plus and this H and H. This is called as ammonium cation. Okay. So alkyl groups are more. You can say that more alkyl groups, basicity is said to be more. Indicates this R group is said to be pushing these electrons. R group is said to be pushing these electrons to make a bond or donate a pair of electrons to the proton, and there is ease of formation of that cation. Hence you can say that ease of formation of ammonium cation by accepting a proton makes more basic nature. And in this case I will represent gaseous phase. There are definitely three types of amines. One is said to be primary, secondary and tertiary in gaseous phase. The order of basicity of amines. Order of basicity of amines is more alkyl group donors are there, is said to be more basic in nature. That is, tertiary is more basic than secondary than primary. This is said to be more basic. Or I will take for example this as R. Alkyl groups are more. Hence you can say that it is more basic. And next is said to be pair of electrons. RH are pair of electrons, secondary. And next is said to be N or H pair of electrons. This is primary. Only one donor atom is there, therefore it is said to be comparatively all these it is less basic in nature, and this is said to be more basic compared to ammonia. In case of ammonia only hydrogens are there, hence there are no alkyl groups, therefore its basicity is said to be less compared to all these. This is a case of you can say that gaseous phase. But come to know, the basic nature or character not only depends on inductive effect, but it also depends on two more effects. Those two more effects are said to be solvation effect, and another is said to be steric hindrance. Okay. So first I will take solvation. Static hindrance is like that inductive effect I will explain. Amines, they are said to be undergoing solvation, means they are soluble in water or making a bond formation, hydrogen bond formation with ammonia and water. I will take this as primary amine. Primary amine. Definitely this is said to be H and H. This is R. I will take. This is primary amine. Low pair of electrons. Okay. Now, water, it is containing oxygen and hydrogen. It makes a hydrogen bonding with this hydrogen. And similarly, another molecule, it is said to be making hydrogen bonding. This is primary amine. Okay. And there is a proton acceptor. ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇನಾಗ್ತೈತೆ ಅವರ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತೆ. This is one primary amine. Okay. It is said to be one cation. Similarly, we have to take another N. There are two alkyl groups R and I will directly take this as H and this is N plus, and remaining is said to be hydrogen. It makes a bond with water molecule that contains oxygen. This is second, and remaining is N, R and R. This is H. Okay, so this is nothing but cation. Among these, which undergoes easy solution? Which undergoes easy solution? In which case more hydrogen atoms are there that undergoes easy solution, which is nothing but having easy solution, or you can say that larger the size of that cation, is said to be less stabilized cation. Larger the size of cation, less stabilized cation, and it is said to be less solvation effect. It is said to be less solvation effect. Yak less solvation? No hydrogen atoms at all in case of this tertiary, but in case of secondary there is one hydrogen atom, and in case of primary there are two hydrogen atoms, hence undergoing solvation is more in case of this. Hence it is more solvation. Primary is more solvation than secondary than tertiary. Larger the size. I have to make one point. Larger the size of cation of ammonium cation, you can say that, lesser stabilized due to, you can say that, less solvation also. Less solvation also. Okay, this point to the first you have to clear. Okay, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಮೈನ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಲತ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ cation. Which is more stable cation? You can say that it is more solvation. Smaller the size, more stabilized, more solvation effect. This point is important. So this is about in case of aqueous. Solvation means water. Aqueous. ಈ ಕೇಸಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅಮೈನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಸಿಟಿಯನ್ನು ತಗೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬಂದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್? Basicity in case of gaseous is said to be tertiary is more basic than secondary, than primary, than ammonia. Basic character in gas ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ? tertiary is more than, secondary is more than, primary than ammonia. ಈಗ ನಾನು what I will discuss about solvation is said to be opposite to this effect. Solvation is opposite to the above effect. Above character. How? Already I have represented. Tertiary are said to be less solvation than secondary, than primary, than primary. Solvation is opposite to basic character of gases. Okay, so tertiary is less solvation than secondary and primary. ಇನ್ನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ತ್ರೀ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ is said to be plus I effect. Second point is solvation effect. And third is said to be steric imbalance. If you come to know the conclusion, what is basic character in case of aqueous amines? Come to know the conclusion, the basic character of amines in aqueous state. That depends on all these three effects. So I will take one example for these. Ethyl substituted amines. Ethyl substituted amines in aqueous state. Ethyl substituted amines in aqueous state. What is basic character? What would we expect combining all these three effects? So I will write first ethyl substituted. This is nothing but NS3. Now I will take NC2H5HH. This is primary ethyl amine. Ethyl amine. This is ammonia. And next is C2H5 pair of electrons and H is called as secondary ethyl amine. And next is C2H5N, C2H5 and C2H5 lone pair of electrons. This is tertiary, known as, this is ethyl amine. Simply it is N-ethyl. You can take IUPAC name, secondary amines. N-ethyl, 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 ethane amine. Ethane amine. N-ethyl, ethane amine. Now it becomes its name N-diethyl, N-diethyl ethane amine. N-diethyl ethane amine. Okay. So main is nitrogen. To nitrogen, one ethyl group is there, and take this as parent hydrocarbon. Now its name becomes N-ethyl ethane amine, and this nitrogen is main. There are two substituents you have to take as, and one is said to be parent hydrocarbon. Two substituents are attached to the nitrogen, therefore N-ethyl, N-ethyl. So simply I will write N-diethyl, N-diethyl ethane amine. ಈಗ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ethyl amines or ethyl substituted amines. ಈಗ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ How can you represent? This is primary ammonia, secondary, tertiary, which is said to be more basic, combining all these effects. If around the nitrogen more alkyl groups are there, this is bigger alkyl group than CH3, hence definitely they undergo steric effect. If more steric effect, it is said to be less stable. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ less stable ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು stronger base ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. But come to know this, there are only 2 alkyl groups, okay, and here only 1 alkyl group. Comparing to these two, which one is said to be more basic? Definitely this is said to be more basic. Comparing to these two, this is said to be definitely more basic, but due to what happens here, steric effect is taking place, steric hindrance is taking place because of bulky groups C2H5. So among there what happens, repulsion is taking place. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು atoms ಇರೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ repulsion ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದರ basicity ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ secondary is said to be more basic in nature. Hence I will take that is N, C2H5, and this is H, lone pair of electrons. This is said to be more basic. Okay, so next is said to be ಇದು ಅಂತೂ ಮುಗಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಟರ್ಷರಿ, ಇವೆರಡರಾಗ ಯಾವುದು ಮೋರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. More electron donating groups are there, only 1 electron donating groups are there, hence in this case definitely less steric effect, more steric effect, even though groups are more donors, hence you can say that tertiary is said to be more basic than primary, hence it is N, C2H5. I will represent directly C2H5. Just totally here 3 C2H5 N, C2H5 lone pair of electrons. Secondary next ಯಾವುದು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, tertiary. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, primary. That means C2H5NH2 direct ಆಗಿ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, lone pair of electrons. Then ammonia. ಯಾಕೆ ammonia ಕಡಿಮೆ? There are no donor groups. So this is a case of aqueous state. 3 ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೂಡಿಸಿ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನೇಚರ್ aqueous ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ತಗೋಣ, methyl substituted amines. Methyl substituted amines. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಅದಾವ methyl substituted amines? ಅಮೋನಿಯಾ ಅಂತೂ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. CH3NH2 name is IUPAC name ಬರೀತೀನಿ, methane amine. Next is CH3 twice direct ಆಗಿ ಬರೀತೀನಿ, NH, CH3 twice NH, or I will clear this as CH3, this is H. Okay, so in one substituent, one parent hydrocarbon, therefore N-methyl methane amine name is N-methyl methane amine. And last is CH3 lone pair of electrons. Now it becomes name is NN dimethyl methane amine. NN dimethyl methane amine. Okay. You know methyl substituted ಅಂತೀವಿ. In these cases, what is the order of basicity? Soil will be present. Order of basicity. Definitely again you have to compare. That comparison is, this is primary, only one donor atom, secondary, two donor atoms, tertiary, three donor atoms. Definitely more donor atoms, you can say that more basic character, but what we are preferring here, steric hindrance is taking place, so that is said to be ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಅಮೈನ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಎರಡು ಅದಾವ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಡೋನಾರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಡೋನಾರ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ಟರ್ಷರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್, that is directly I will write as CS3 twice NH pair of electrons. Now next ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋಣ CH3 NH2. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಇದು ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಐತಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ, ಇವೆರಡು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಒನ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ತಗೋತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗ್ಲತ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತ, ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ಲತ್ತೈತಿ. ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಮೋರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್, ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಬಲೈಸ್ಡ್, ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ because of two hydrogen atoms more solvation is taking place, more solvation, more stabilized cation formation, more stabilized cation formation, definitely it is said to be more basic in nature compared to tertiary. Hence next is said to be primary, that is CS3 and H2. This is because of another effect called as solvation effect. And next is said to be CS3 thrice N pair of electrons. After that you have to represent ammonia. Okay, these are said to be the basic character of amines in aqueous state. In aqueous state it is said to be combining of three effects. Those three effects are nothing but one is called as inductive effect, another is called as solvation effect, another is called as steric hindrance. You have to conclude all these effects and make which is said to be more easier formation of ammonia. That cation is said to be more stabilized, which is more stabilized is said to be more basic character. Yes, the best examples we have represented as ethyl substituted amines as well as methyl substituted amines. In case of ethyl substituted, secondary is more basic than ಟರ್ಷರಿ. ಅದ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ನಾವೇನು ತಗೋತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಏನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಬಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಬಲ್ಕಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ಮೀಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಮೀಥೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗಿಂತ ಏನೈತೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದೈತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಟೀರಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇವೆರಡು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್, ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ಈ ಕೇಸಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಇನ್ನು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮೋರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್, ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಬಲೈಸ್ಡ್, ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ more basic character. So these are about basic character. And remaining aryl amines, how they are undergoing basic character. Definitely we know that already alkyl amines are said to be more basic than aryl amines. And in case of aryl amines, why these are said to be less basic? Because there is a benzene ring. It contains totally 6 pi electrons. They are said to be electron withdrawing. Hence that nitrogen is making difficult to accept a proton. Hence these are said to be, we can say that less basic compared to alkyl groups. We will discuss that in the next video.